Hey, what's going on everybody? It's ETAPRIME back here again. Today we're going to be taking a look at an absolutely amazing gaming monitor from a company known as INNOCN or INNOCN. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but either way, this is something I've been waiting on for a little while now, and on the channel we've done monitor and display reviews in the past, mini LED, IPS, but I've never been able to get my hands on an OLED display until now. This is the INNOCN 48-inch 4K OLED gaming monitor. It's got a refresh rate of 138 Hz, USB Type-C video in, it supports FreeSync Premium, it's 100% sRGB, HDR10, built-in stereo speakers with a subwoofer, and overall, this is the best display that I have right now. This thing looks absolutely amazing, and you know, I've been wanting to get my hands on an OLED TV or a monitor for a long time now. When you walk into somewhere like Best Buy and they've got them set up, definitely kind of stands out from the rest of them on the wall. And like I mentioned, we've done IPS, mini LED, nothing comes close to this OLED display. I mean, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. So inside of the box, along with the power cable for the monitor itself, we also get an HDMI cable, display cable, USB Type-C because it does support video in, and 65 watt PD quick charging out, plus we get a remote. Now I will admit the remote is kind of basic, but it does its job well. This does support a vase mount, but the included stand comes pre-installed. You will have to put the base on it, 4 screws, really easy. We've got our power cable and our inputs, and this consists of USB Type-C, DisplayPort, 3 HDMI 2.1 ports, and a 3.5mm audio jack. This also has ambient lighting built in, and basically we've got 2 modes, on or off. It's going to kind of cycle through this rainbow here. I know it's not for everybody, but personally I do think it looks pretty good. Plus we've got the option to totally disable it, and in a well-lit room you're not going to notice it. Only when you dim the lights, you'll see these lights in the rear. But the main claim to fame here is the display itself, and I personally just can't get over how good this looks. I've been testing it out on all kinds of devices, from my Android phone, since we've got USB Type-C, my main gaming PC, the Xbox, PS5, and even the Steam Deck. This is a giant jump up from an IPS display. So what we've got here is a 48-inch 4K OLED panel, 100% sRGB, a 0.1 millisecond response time, 138 Hz, adaptive refresh with AMD FreeSync Premium, HDR10, 2.1 sound, so we've actually got a 20 watt woofer and 2 10 watt high and mid speakers. Plus we've got USB Type-C with 65 watt PD quick charging built in, so we can plug in our devices that do video out and charge them at the same time. Which really does come in handy for all of the handhelds and phones on the market now that support video over USB Type-C. And keep in mind, this is not a television kind of posing as a gaming monitor. This is a true gaming monitor. We've got some adjustability here, like height adjustment. We've also got a tilt function. Unfortunately, there's no swivel, and that's really due to the size of the monitor itself, just to kind of keep it safe there. But yeah, you can adjust this while it's on your desk. And my main use case scenario with this monitor is going to be connected to my gaming PC. As you can see, we've got that refresh rate of 138 Hz. And from the OSD, we've got a lot of adjustment. You can enable this from the remote or the built-in button on the monitor itself, but from the main menu here, we've got our basic adjustment. We've got some color profiles that we can go through, sRGB, Adobe, DCI-P3. Next up, brightness mode. We've got kind of the basics here. There's also some game settings, so we can turn on adaptive sync. There's also a refresh rate monitor. Unfortunately, it's just going to tell you the refresh rate of the display itself. It's not going to give you in-game refresh rate. There's an on-screen crosshair like we've been seeing in a lot of gaming monitors recently. It does support picture-in-picture with several different modes, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But overall, this monitor has everything you need to adjust it to your liking. And real quick, I did want to show off a little bit of PC gameplay here. We've got Cyberpunk 2077 4K Ultra Ray Tracing, and I've played this at 4K before on an IPS 4K display that I have, but once I booted it up on the OLED display, I think it's going to be really hard to go back. I've not seen this game look so good. Now I know it's kind of hard to show off in a YouTube video due to filming the screen itself and then getting compressed when uploaded. But after messing around with this display for about a week, I'd say this is one of the best upgrades to my gaming setup I've done in a very, very long time. I did mention that we have picture-in-picture mode, and there's several different modes that we can use with this. I've got it set up in the top right-hand corner. I've just connected my Galaxy phone, so we've got Samsung DEX in the top right-hand corner. And if we head into the settings here to the picture-in-picture mode, I'll go ahead and swap this over real quick to a different mode. We can go side by side, and really you could actually set up two different PCs on here, have one displayed on the left-hand side, one displayed on the right-hand side. Now, obviously, not a lot of people are going to be doing the picture-in-picture mode, so, just USB Type-C video in works really well. I've got my Galaxy phone here, which does support mirror mode. We've got it right here, 0 latency, given that we're connected using a wired connection. But with these Galaxy S devices, we've got something known as Samsung DEX, which I'm a huge fan of. As you can see, it gives us more of a desktop operating system, and with this, we only need that one cable to charge the device. We can also use the built-in touchpad on the phone screen. We can use the phone like it is in Android mode, and we can also have this displayed on the external monitor. And other manufacturers are getting into this also. Lenovo has their desktop mode. Motorola also has one known as Ready 4, which will work with this monitor. And of course, we've got HDMI inputs here, so we can connect our favorite console. It'll work with the Switch, your PS4, PS5, your Xbox One, or the new series. I've got the X connected right now, playing Forza Horizon 5 at 4K, and this looks phenomenal. So kind of just like when I booted this up with Cyberpunk 2077, I haven't seen this game look this good in real life. I mean, it looks so good on this OLED display. It's really hard to kind of come across in a YouTube video. And the last thing I wanted to show off here was Steam Deck compatibility. So I've just got it connected with that one USB Type-C cable. We've got video out, and obviously the Steam Deck isn't the most powerful little PC in the world, but we can still get some gaming out of the way. Colors are definitely popping here in the menu. Let's go with Spider-Man Miles Morales. We've got the adaptive refresh rate on right now, which is actually great for a lower-end device like this. That way, when we're dropping frames here, we're not going to get any kind of screen tearing or anything like that on the larger display. Definitely doesn't look as good as a 4K game running on a higher-end PC, but it works with the Steam Deck, as you can see. I've got an Xbox controller connected over Bluetooth to the Steam Deck, and I can play all of my favorite games on this 48-inch OLED display. So overall, definitely loving this OLED display. There is one thing missing from the rear that I wish it had, and that would be USB-in. That way I could plug in a dongle for, let's say, a wireless keyboard and mouse combo and use it with my Android phone over USB Type-C. I think that's the only thing this is missing. Now, I do have Bluetooth devices that I can connect to that phone or whatever I have connected over USB Type-C, but it would have been really nice to see at least one full-size USB port on the rear here. That way we could kind of pass through data over that USB-C connection. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Really appreciate you watching. If you're interested in learning more about this or maybe picking one up, I'll leave some links in the description. These are available on Amazon, and whenever you go to the listing, just keep an eye out for a percentage off or some type of coupon that you need to use the check mark with. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. And like always, thanks for watching.